Ahoy there, YouTube! We're back again for more of our Gencon Bonanza Explosion blog coverage. We're live at Gencon 2018. Thanks in part to all of our amazing Kickstarter backers who send us year after year. You all rock. These spectacular companies that donated games to us so we could run our Kickstarter. Huge thanks to them. And of course, our big sponsors, Tasty Minstrel Games and Minion Games. Right now, we're about to talk with Paul at the Big G Creative booth about a game that I was really intrigued about, the Brady Bunch Party Game. So hey Paul, what is the Brady Bunch Party Game?
So the Brady Bunch Party Game is a social deduction game where it's also filled with a lot of deceit and deception. So as a player, you're playing as one of the characters, as one of the children of the Brady Bunch, to include Cousin Oliver. There's only one assigned role in the entire game, and that is Alice. Everyone is trying to deceive the other players and Alice into who they are, if they're a troublemaker or if they are the tattletale. And the way you do that is by playing cards. You'll have 3 cards in your hand. They're numbered 1 through 6. The higher your score at the end of the game, after 4 rounds, is the total is where you will land. You'll rank everybody based on their score. The person that had the highest score is the troublemaker. The person with the lowest score is the tattletale. So the way you win is if Alice makes an accusation and she is wrong. If you're the troublemaker. Now, if you end up being the tattletale, you want Alice to be right. But you don't know if you're the troublemaker or the tattletale until the end of the game, when scoring is done, other than what you've controlled by playing in your hand. So the way the gameplay works is based on the player count. There are player aids that tell you how many helpers Alice will get and what tokens she will get. And those tokens allow her to do different things, such as look at, well, they're all the same thing. It's a matter of looking at 1 player's card or 2 players' cards that have been played. Each character will start with 3 cards, again numbered 1 through 6. They'll decide which one they want to play based on what they have. They'll place it in front of their character, and then once everybody has done that, Alice will turn over player cards based on her card that tells her how many helpers she gets that round. So in this case, Oliver would get to look at 2 players' cards, and Bobby would get to look at 1 player's cards. So everyone will close their eyes, hum the theme to the Brady Bunch song, right? Add a little levity to the game, and then the first player, in this case Cousin Oliver, will look at 1 or more, because nobody's looking, players' cards, and then do it again. And then Bobby gets their turn. Once everybody has looked, then everybody opens their eyes, and Alice gets to ask questions. So, Oliver, whose card did you look at? I looked at Bobby's. Well, what did Bobby play? Well, Bobby played a 3. Bobby, did you really play a 3? Right, so you get to ask questions to help. But at the same time, you can bluff and lie. After you do the first round, once that is done, then the card goes underneath your player character, and then you begin round 2. You will draw back up to 3 cards, and you go again. And it follows that until the end of the game. At the end of the game, you'll turn this over, and there's your scoring track. Players can earn cookies from Alice by doing a favor to her, by asking, hey, you want to earn a cookie? Okay, yeah, you do. I want you to look at so-and-so's card, and I will give you a cookie. Everybody closes their eyes, they look at that card, or somebody else's, again, nobody knows, and then reports back when Alice asks questions. You can use those at the end of the game to affect your score, either add or subtract from it. Once that's done, you will Alice will take and look through the deck and say, I think it was Bobby. But she's not going to say that she thinks it's Bobby, so just place the card down, and then we will take and add up the scores from each player. So in this case, she thinks it's Bobby. Bobby had a lower score, Marcia was the troublemaker, and Peter is the tattletale. So in this case, we reveal the card, it's Bobby. Bobby was not the troublemaker, so Alice and Peter lose the game, the other players win.
All right, and this is coming to Target right now, or soon, correct?
Yes.
All right, and there seems to be a gentleman right there next to you.
Yes, this is Robbie Risk, Cousin Oliver himself.
Cool. This is the Brady Bunch Party Game. It looks like it might be a cup of tea. Be sure to check that one out. If you're enjoying this Gencon coverage, click on the subscribe button down below. And in the comments below, I always like to ask a question at the end. I got to think of a good one right now. All right, in the comments below, let me know. Of all the Bradys, you had to get into a fist fight with one of them. Who do you think you could take? Which ones could you take? Wait, that's a bad one. Oh, yeah, no. Which ones could you take? How many of the Brady Bunch could you take at that age?
Oh, I could take at least 4 of them.
4 of them?
At least 4.
What about Peter?
See, it's Peter and Greg I'm more worried about. The others, I'm pretty sure I could take them.
All right.
So you're talking about, like, they're girls, you can beat them up? That's not good.
We were not going to go there, but...
I know, I was waiting for somebody to bring it up.
Yeah.
I know.
How many could you take?
I'm a pacifist. I don't hit people.
I could definitely take Cousin Oliver, I think. I could take the 2 young girls, the 1 young boy, so that puts me at 4. I could probably take Alice. You know, I don't know, actually,
I wouldn't put money on that.
I'd go 5. I think I'd go 5. Maybe 4. I'm going to stick with 4. I think 4 is a good number. Let me know in the comments below how many of the Brady Bunch could you take. As always, thanks for your time, YouTube.